Alright, well, it doesn't look like much, but this is the guinea's new door. This is the, what's it called, Pullet-Shut, I think. Yeah, it's a kit you can get online. I got the solar panel trickle charger, the battery, what is this, a 6 volt? 12 volt battery, and then this thing, this is a solid door. Aluminum frame. I think this is a metal door. Got the motor there, and then a photo sensor. Like this goes to power, and then a couple feet of photo wiring. It runs with magnets. You program it with magnets. You hold them in these special areas to program it for opening and closing, and manual opening and closing, or set it to a time. So I gotta read through the instructions, which I assume are in there. But this is cool. This is a solid door. So, and I'm just kind of pushing on the back, and it's pretty solid. I don't think any animal would be able to pry their little fingers in here and get this thing open. At least not without a lot of effort. So, cool. It should be pretty easy to mount. I'll just build a simple frame on the outside of the coop, and looks like just four bolts will hold it in place. Alright, cool. Well, just wanted to show you this. I'll be figuring out how I'm going to install this over the next few days. But cool. So, more to come. Yeah, they're just like tall guineas. Alright, I need some wood for my chicken guinea coop door, and I think this stuff's going to work perfect. These are, the previous owners actually left this wood behind. It's like the slats for a bed, and they're like 30 inches long, and I need 28. So I'm going to try to reuse some of this. So I'm going to pull that apart, and then I'll bring you out to the coop and show you what I'm doing there. But I think this should work perfect. So I'm happy that's the right length. I needed at least 28 inches, and I think this is going to work just fine. So I'm going to liberate some pieces of wood here from the ribbon or whatever that felt is it's attached to, and then I'll go outside and get it hooked up, hopefully before the rain starts. Looks like it's getting a little cloudy, and we're heading out of town this weekend, so I want to get those guineas in and out of there without us being around. So here we go. Well, it's raining out pretty good, so if you're wondering what guineas do during a rainstorm, well, I guess they just kind of hang out. This is their first time being out in the rainstorm. And they really like those chairs. I had to fold them up because they were getting just covered in crap. But yeah, for whatever reason, they like to just sit all around those things. It's raining pretty good, and they're just still... I figured they, well, they're kind of going under that tree. I figured they'd be under a bush, under a tree by now. Look at little Derpy running along, just hopping. He is getting better at hopping. I have noticed he hops a lot. He or she hops better now. Oh, are they going back? They might be going back. They decided this was enough rain. Let's see, I got that door out there. Just got it mocked up on the sensor. A couple of them found their way inside. Hopefully they can learn to go in their hut when the weather gets bad. That's ideally what they'll do. It looks like they're figuring it out. Let's see here. Yeah. They got fresh food and water in there, so it's a nice place to be. Oh, they're confused. I took, there's a tray laying right there. It goes in the bottom of their thing here. I took it out so that when it starts raining it would clean off all their poop. Yeah, it looks like they're all kind of going in there and getting some food and water. Cool. Well, they figured it out after, it was probably raining for, I don't know, 10 minutes. They took a few laps around the house and then they figured out, I don't really like this rain. So they headed back to their home. That's nice. I'm glad they've kind of figured out that that's where they belong, and if anything gets crazy, they should just go there. A couple tough guys hanging out in the rain still. They could probably use the bath. Well, all right. I've got this wood here that I got to pull some staples out, but pretty much I think I've got everything I need to get that door going. I'm going to be installing it. You can see it sticking up right there. I'm pretty much going to be installing it on that first panel right in the middle. Just kind of centering it there, and eventually I'll run the solar panel over to the south side here. The battery will probably go up there. I don't know. I'll just kind of mess with it, see how it works, but once it stops raining, I'll probably head back out there, and obviously I don't want them in the coop when I'm working on it, or it'll just be chaos for all of us. So we'll get to that when we get to it, but so far so good. Alright, so I am making this all up as I go, but I have a plan. Pretty much this door is going to mount here. I'm going to tie into this piece of wood first, bolt it there, and then run a piece of wood behind it. Hopefully I don't have to cut this. I might have to. Yeah, I'll probably have to trim this a little. Alright, take like an inch off of this. Okay, I'm back. I got what I need. Got a tape measure. I got these snips because I'm going to be cutting out the middle of this metal here. So pretty much what's going on is I'm mounting to the outside lip here, which means there's about an inch gap. So I'm going to put a piece of wood in there, and then I'm going to put another piece of longer wood tying into this base and then this top, so it'll kind of sandwich everything together. It'll prevent anything from getting in through here, and it'll let me secure this metal wire somehow. So, alright, so I got my measurement, I'll double check. That's all for now. I can tie up the loose ends of this solar system later. I just want to get the door in because that's kind of the most important part. The wires don't really matter, but that's pretty much it. On the inside here, you can kind of see what I was doing. There's the frame of the door, and then kind of a filler piece which I stapled this wire to, and then I tied it all in with this, and this thing it's solid. I might get the hacksaw and cut these off. I don't know if that'll be a problem for the birds. I don't think so. I mean, they're pretty resilient. They're not as dumb as they look. But I stapled it up here as well, so nothing will get in there. Yeah, it's relatively easy. I've got that photo sensor kind of installed right up here. I'm going to monitor it tonight. You can see the little tip poking out. It shouldn't. It should get enough light. It shouldn't be too affected by the Christmas lights here. These little guys. So. I'll monitor it. I've got a few days to kind of watch it, see how it works, and we'll go from there. So okay, I'm gonna head in and wrap this up a little bit later. So thanks for watching. See you later. They came to say hello. I found a small weather gap. I'm putting the solar panel on right now, and they apparently wanted to see what I was doing. Alright, so this is temporary. This is just kind of hanging here for now. I'm going to have to build some type of, I don't know, it's going to have to be a little custom, maybe a little tray coming out on an angle here. So I just held it in place here. Drill the hole there. Wire comes in right up there, and I just lightly stapled it along the edge. Ran it to the battery. I moved that battery tray. Obviously the wires just weren't long enough, so I'm probably gonna do like a bungee cord, or I'll find something to secure this with, but for now it's just sitting here. They won't knock it over. They come up here every now and then and roost, but they're not gonna knock this over. At least I hope they don't. I don't know. Anyway, then the other wire is running just down the side here. Down there, and then it follows the extension cord in here, down and out right here, and then out here it's coming down. Like I said, sensors there. I just tied up the extra excess and put it there. You know, not the prettiest thing, but it's a chicken coop. Okay, this looks good. I don't know, you probably saw a power cycle. So now we just gotta kind of wait and see what time it closes at night. There we go. Okay, well that's all for now. I think those birds want to get in here. They've been circling me and yelling at me to quit messing with their house, so I'm gonna leave them alone and see how this works today. So cool. Well, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Well, a couple of them went in the normal door. They're still a little skeptical of the new door. Let's see what that one does. Nope, just walk right by it. I think they'll be more inclined to figure out that it's there in the morning when they want to get out. Usually they're up at about 6 a.m. and we don't generally open the door till 9. But I would bet if that door opens around 6:30 or so, they will be out there with no problem. So probably if they leave through that door, they'll be inclined to come back into it. But you never know. They're very particular birds.